Nilqakom għal programmi ieħor dwarna. Illum il-programm ħan nitkellmu ħafna bl-Ingliż għax għandna persuna li bdiet proġett għaw Malta għal Maltin, però hija persuna li għal kemm tgħix hawn Malta mhijiex Maltija. Mija illum għandi Natalie Mushkamp u qed issir famuża fil-verità għax bdiet proġett għal nies li għandhom il-Parkinson's, pero mhux biss għal nies li għandhom il-Parkinson's, għal nies li għandhom il-Parkinson's u l-partners u l-carers tagħhom. Welcome, Natalie. I think this is the third time you're on my program.
Yes, I think so too.
And it's the third time you're on my program because I really appreciate what you're doing over here in Malta.
Thank you.
I think the projects you dreamt of and the project that you thought about and the project that you're really developing is something that us Maltese should really thank you for. You and your colleagues, because
Yes,
I know that
of
you work
course.
with colleagues. Okay, so first of all, congratulations, because in December on Republic Day you received an honor.
I did.
Can you please tell us what you received? Oh, you look lovely there. Can you tell us what you received the honor?
Well, I was obviously overwhelmed when they contacted me to ask if I would want to receive the honor, and then they had to contact my country, where Holland, to see if that was okay. And I was extremely overwhelmed, and even more so when I found out that it's actually the participants who lobbied to get me the honor. They nominated me a year ago.
Beautiful, and you didn't know.
I didn't know. And so when I found out that it was actually the participants who started the whole process, and also when you're there on the ceremony and everyone who's there has had lifetime achievements, and it was really
An honor, right?
I'm still speechless. I really, really am very, very speechless.
Did you ever imagine that you would one day receive an honor from a president in another country for the work that you're doing?
No,
I mean, isn't it a lovely experience?
No, it's lovely, and
to be acknowledged is so nice.
Yes, it is. But also, I think I'm just very. I think it just shows that what we do works.
Yes.
And because I just think it's the honor just shows that I have to continue to work, and that is something that's going to last forever.
They probably did it to make sure that you don't move, that you stay here. Stay right here. You got an honor. You give us even more now.
Yeah.
Who came with you to the ceremony?
My boyfriend and my mother.
How sweet.
Yes.
You must have been so proud of her.
Very proud. Very proud. Very proud. I mean, it's...
So when you were young, did your mother used to tell you you're going to have to study and do things right so you reach some achievements in your life?
No. I used to dance. I used to go to dance classes since I was 5 years old. And she never had to push me to go dancing. And apparently I would have the night before my bag already near the entrance. And if I would be sick, I would still go. So I really... chose my own path. She never had to tell me. I was like, okay, I'm doing an audition for this academy, and I'm going to go, and then I'm going to go live my own. I'm accepted. It was very.
So dance has always been part of your life.
Always dance is the driving force within me.
So let me ask you this: what started? I mean, your project, what's the name of your project?
Step Up for Parkinson's.
Step Up for Parkinson's. So what started you going? What got you going and saying, okay, I want to not just dance, I don't want to just teach dance,
no.
I want to be able to do something more than that. What made you think of Step Up for Parkinson's?
I think initially what happened was I used to work as a professional dancer, and then I always wanted to do something more, help people through dance. Then when I went back to school, to the University of Malta, School of Performing Arts, I there was thinking about what can I do, and I want to help people through dance. And then one of the tutors there, Francesca Tranter, actually sent me a link of Dance for Parkinson's in America. And then I knew this is what I want to do. Also, my aunt, her partner passed away of Parkinson's, and when that happened, she walked a pilgrim from Amsterdam to Rome, wrote a book about it. And she was
How beautiful.
Yes, she was the caregiver. So I think that must be maybe unconsciously the reason why I started also very much looking into the caregiver, and in the class the methodology, the how we work, we really incorporate the caregiver and about the connection, and they come together. So together they have fun, and together they can just forget about the disease.
I'm just going to say this a bit in Maltese,
Yes.
because I want people, if they're watching, to know, because this is very important. Nasib ħaġa importanti, ħanajda bil-Malti, għax ikaw xi nies li ma tantx jifhmu bil-Ingliż, nixtieq li intom tifhmu li bażikament Natalie qed tikkrea Step Up for Parkinson's opportunità li nies li għandhom il-Parkinson's u anki n-nies li qed jieħdu ħsieb il-partners tagħhom, il-nies fil-familja tagħhom, jistgħu jgawdu milli jattendu daw il-lezzjonijiet. Ir-raġuni li tagħti importanza kemm il-persuna li għandha Parkinson's u kemm il-carer hija xi għandha esperjenza it-sija tagħha u taf minn xiex jgħaddu. Jiġifieri, these services that you are thinking of doing, they cost money. Do people pay?
No one pays.
Ġifieri dawn huma b'xejn, ġifieri di importanti biex kulħadd ikun jaf għax ġiex veru xi ħaġa speciali, you know. Do you understand Maltese a bit?
A little bit, yes.
So I can't call you names or anything, speak badly about you. I have to be correct.
Behave, Mariella.
Especially since you got an honor now from the president, I really... Daw il-lezzjonijiet huma b'xejn, servizz b'xejn, ġifieri hawn Malta xi kultant importanti għax veru xi kultant nieħdu l-affarijiet for granted, veru lucky li aħna għandna opportunità li n-nies li għandhom daw il-Parkinson's u mhux biss Parkinson's, anke l-carers għandhom l-opportunità jirċievu għajnuna u opportunità li mhux biss dil-ħaġa tgħinhom, però li jieħdu pjaċir flimkien, għax il-pjaċir m'għandix għalfejn tieqaf meta persuna ikolla il-Parkinson's. Il-pjaċir fil-ħajja rridu nsibu way kif xorta nsibuha. I'm talking about that in life. Although somebody finds out, I think there's a lot of shock when somebody finds out that they have Parkinson's.
Yes.
And there is a sense of loss that they cannot keep on doing the things that they do.
Yes.
Do you experience this with the people that you meet? And
yes, of course, because some of the people, when they hear about Step Up for Parkinson's, they say that initially they didn't want to come, that they were ashamed of getting outside of their house. A lot of people, because of the disease, are isolated and fall into some kind of depression. And by coming to the class and meeting people just like you, so either being as another caregiver, another husband or wife or family member, or someone else with Parkinson's, you realize that you're not alone, and you feel that you belong, and you retrieve a sense of identity and self-esteem. You know, you're dancing, you're together, we perform. So it's like a whole community feeling.
It's a good feeling.
It's a lovely feeling.
It's a good feeling, because it's not like, you know, when you go to hospital and you have to receive medical treatment and you have to wait for hours. And
No.
It's a good feeling. And it's not a feeling of I'm sick, my life is...
No. And they laugh. They have a lot of fun. They made friends. They you know, we spent Christmas together, summer dinners, birthdays. It really is a family. And some people actually say, I found a second family.
Yes, for sure.
So
how long has it been? When did you start?
Officially, I did a pilot study in 2016, and we became an official volunteer organization, and I received the first funding in March 2017, and we started with 15 participants.
You started with 15 participants?
Yes.
How many participants do you have today?
200.
200.
And we have from February, we are now promoting 2 classes. From February, we'll have 10 classes per week.
10 classes per week.
Yeah.
So in your opinion, from the statistics that you know,
yes,
do you have an idea of how many people suffer from Parkinson's in Malta?
Yes, there is a number that is given out by the pharmacy of your choice. So that's basically the amount of people that take Parkinson's medication, and it's around 1,416. But you can actually imagine that this could be doubled.
1,400?
Yes, but that could be doubled, because that's by the people who take Parkinson's medication. And also, Parkinson's is one of the fastest neurodegenerative diseases, fastest growing diseases in the world, neurodegenerative diseases. I have to make sure I say this correctly. And obviously we have also an aging population, so this is the cause why this is happening. So it's something that we have to be aware of. It's important that we understand that this is...
Let me ask you a quick question before we stop for intermission. Why do you think that if there are 1,400 people or more, I mean, this is official, this is the official number, why would only 200 be attending?
I think that still a lot of people are ashamed to get out of the house or demotivated. I think also that transportation sometimes is an issue in Malta because, sometimes you can't drive anymore. And it could also be that some people are already in a later stage and therefore are bound to their bed or can't get out of the house. But I'm afraid that it is because of the stigma, and that's why we are trying to create as much awareness as possible. And I'm here today to tell people to please come and join us. And if you know anyone with Parkinson's,
to encourage
to come, because it's proven through research that if you come twice weekly, within 8 weeks you have improvements. So you improve your balance, motor symptoms, and your overall quality of life.
We're going to talk a bit more about this. I just have to stop rridu nifqu għall-intermission. Nispera li qed tieħdu l-messaġġ li fil-verità hawn numru ħafna ikbar ta' nies li qed ibatu minn Parkinson's. Servizz servizz mhux biss għall-persuna li għandha l-Parkinson's, però wkoll għall-familja, mhux biss biex intom tkunu aħjar fis-sitwazzjoni tagħkom, però anki opportunità biex tieħdu pjaċir flimkien, biex ikolkom esperjenzi flimkien u li tbidlu ir-rotta tal-ħajja tagħkom, però mhux bil-fors tridu tbidluha għal xi ħaġa għar. Xi kultant l-affarijiet jiġu u nbidlu l-ħajja tagħna għal affarijiet aħjar. Nerġa' nkunu magħkom ftit minuti oħra.
Jina Liljen, jina imbati bil-Parkinson, inni li għalu li jek minn frar li għadda. Dejt imur mill-ewwel il-classes li tagħmel Natalie, Zepa for Parkinson, li sibtom ħafna ta' għajnuna, mhux ta' għajnuna biss, imma għamilna ħafna ħbib ġodda, inkun dejjem nistenna bil-ħerqa biex immur għall-lezzjonijiet. Vera nħossni li ħajti nbidlet kemm immur dawn il-classes. Għax vera mhux biss nagħmlu l-exercises aħna hemmhekk imma nitqu flimkien, naqsmu il-ferħ u kollox flimkien.
Indu ngħid bil-mara li kellha dan it-tip ta' kundizzjoni illi jisa qatat kollox l-affarijiet li kienet toqgħod biex tagħmel qatathom imma kemm inna nattendu dawn il-classes. Qed ngħidlek reġa' bdiet titpitter, reġa' bdiet iddoqq il-vjolin li kienet tħobb ħafna tagħmel u ġie kważi kollox reġa' għan-normali.
I was going to cry. I was going to cry because of the beauty of that video.
Yes.
Minna u nishtiq ngħid grazzi il-koppja Liliana u Joey. Verament nirringrazzjawkom tal-li intom nasib qed tgħinu ħafna nies. It-tieni ħaġa veru nixtieq ngħid kemm taf tpitter beautiful paintings.
Yes.
Beautiful paintings.
Yes.
Do you find that people who suffer from Parkinson's, because of the shock of finding out that they have Parkinson's, that depression and fear and giving up is a very big risk? When someone starts coming, there's this apprehension, there's this...
Yes, of course there is. And also research has shown that 1 in 5 people with Parkinson's disease have been approached by healthcare practitioners and non-healthcare practitioners by being either drunk or being stupid, because of when you have Parkinson's, you lose your facial expressions and you can have uncontrolled movements, or you have the tremor, or you freeze. And because there's still a stigma around Parkinson's disease, a lot of people don't really know what the symptoms are. That's why we're creating awareness, that people have judgment. And so imagine if you would suddenly have Parkinson's, Mariella, and you can't control your movement and you can't control your speech and your facial expressions. Would you feel comfortable going out to a restaurant?
No, probably a person would be find it very embarrassing.
Yes.
Yes.
And also I know people who have been asked to leave a restaurant because people thought that they were drunk. And these things, this is just a lack of education, and that's why it's so important to create more awareness about it. And that's why
you're doing a tour. You're
Yes.
telling me. Can you tell us a bit about this
Yes,
tour?
we're doing an awareness theater tour, and this is the poster. And it's we received a bit of funding. We won from Brain Life, and basically we receive funding to create awareness for neurological diseases, and obviously for us it's Parkinson's. So we applied to do one performance, but I said let's not do one performance.
Of course not, Natalie. Natalie does not do one performance.
So we're flying to LA. No, I'm joking. Next year. We're doing 2 shows. One in Valletta in the University Theatre, and one at the Teatro Céligian. I really have a problem pronouncing that
You did
word.
it very well.
I did it well. In Sliema. And also we hope also to, in the future, to do the same show in Gozo, because we want to...
So you are actually going to do an awareness theatre tour.
Yes.
And the people who are going to be doing this show
Yes.
are people with Parkinson's
Yes.
and their carers.
Yes.
Oh,
So it's
my
so
gosh.
basically it's a 1-hour show in which you will also see videos kind of similar as that we just saw with Lillian and Joey. So you get to know certain families and how they feel and how they live. And at the same time, every class, most of the classes will be performing. So they will be on stage, and so you get to know us, you understand more about Parkinson's. And also because it's an awareness show, it's not a fundraising event. So the tickets are only €2, which is just a symbolic price to book online through ticket.com.
Yes.
Because we need to know how many tickets are sold.
Yes.
So I would encourage everyone to come and have a look. Everyone, young, old, everyone, just to come and watch us and to learn about the organization and to educate yourself about what Parkinson's really is.
Do you find that one of the difficulties is that people need to understand? So you're realizing that people need to understand what Parkinson's is.
Yes.
It probably is because people don't really know exactly what you're offering too. That
Yes.
could be a difficulty. So if they had to come to the
Yeah.
tour, they would know what it's all about.
Yes.
They would know what
Yes,
they're doing.
exactly. Yes.
And you're opening 2 new places and another...
Yes, we have. We're starting on the 10th of Monday, the 10th of February. We're having a new class at the local council in Birkirkara, also at 6:30 till 8. And then on Thursday, the 13th of February, we'll be opening up our class in MJAR, so in MJAR local council. So we have 10 classes per week, every day 2 classes. So we can, because the transportation is a problem, we try and really spread out around the whole island. And obviously our wish is to also start 2 classes in Gozo.
So you're aiming for Gozo now too?
Oh, as well, yes. And
Is
then
there-
beyond.
And then beyond. You're going for the world, aren't you, Natalie?
Tayyip.
Tayyip. Do you speak Maltese?
Mela.
Mela. Do you understand Maltese? But you probably do. How long have you been in Malta?
10 years.
10 years. Have you found difficulty to start this going, or have you found support? What
no.
are we like in these things?
No, I think Malta has been very supportive. I think, Malta's been very supportive. I think I'm not sure if I would have managed to do so much in such a short time in any other country. Also, it obviously helps because we are helping people and we're not charging money. This is not a money-making business, and I will never charge money from them. I don't want to do this for several reasons. One is because if you charge money, I'm going to exclude people with a less income, and I think everyone should have the opportunity to get this health service, or however you want to call it. It's working. And also, if you start charging, it means that a lot of other people or organizations might think, hey, let's do the same thing. And then the quality of the classes might disappear, because at the end of the day, we're working with people with Parkinson's disease and their carer. There are physical symptoms, psychological symptoms. So the people within our team are physiotherapists, they are speech therapists, they are dance artists. There are people who actually, and we train them.
So you have a holistic approach. The approach is quite holistic because you have physiotherapists, you have speech therapists,
Yes.
you have dance therapists.
Yes, so
it's not just, listen, you're coming here and all I'm going to do is...
No.
You have people who are trained specifically
Yes.
to deal with...
They all have their own background, so their own career, so a physiotherapist or etc. And then I created, within my research and my studies, my master's, I worked on a methodology that was different and worked on artistic and expressive movement. So basically that you don't just follow the leader all the time and do movement. So it's physiotherapy movement on music. They make their own dances, so they work on problem solving. We use sound to work on their voice. We use facial expressions to work on their face. We use connection, so dancing together, partnering dance to work on. So it's a lot of different things, but it has a build-up. Every class has an objective. Everything is a
One thing
reason.
I want to just ask, and I want to amplify on this.
Yes.
You see improvement.
Yes.
So what happens is that when somebody comes to you,
Yes.
you see improvement.
Yes.
The improvement. Ġifiri, n-nis ikunu aħjar, n-nis meta jiġu minn flok ma jirregressjaw, jimprovjaw, jimxu l-qoddim. The improvement, is it just physical or is it even emotional? Is it even psychological?
Well, of course, I've had feedback of people. I think most the psychological improvements, also physical, but I think the thing is there are, of course, people who say they've improved. I've had participants saying that they didn't have to double their dose, and we get feedback from the neurologists, and they say that they come to me and they say, I've seen the professor and I'm improved, I'm doing good. And they tell, just keep going to the classes with Natalie. So that's very good feedback. But of course, when you have Parkinson's disease, you have to take a lot of medication. And sometimes medication, if they change medication, that can have side effects and things.
Yes.
And those are obviously things that are out of my control. But that would be obviously an ideal future in which a person with Parkinson's has an interdisciplinary care, which means that the neurologist and the physiotherapist and Step Up for Parkinson's all work together.
Multidisciplinary team.
Exactly.
Multidisciplinary approach.
Exactly.
1 minute left. What would you like to... What's the most important thing you want to tell us?
Please come to the class. If you know anyone with Parkinson's, just come, watch. Bring your friend, bring your family, come and watch the show so you can see all of us and the beautiful people that they are. I mean, they're wonderful. They are, honestly, they all stole my heart. So yeah, come to the show.
I think they stole your heart, but I think you stole theirs too. I mean, the energy you have is beautiful. The organizational skills, I know that you're very organized. Was it 2 years ago?
2 years
that
ago,
we did
Step Up for Charity.
Step Up for Charity. We say hi to Chris from here.
Yeah, hi Chris.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
thank you so much for coming to Malta. Thank you so much for thinking of this brilliant idea. I know you're doing a lot of good. I know your colleagues are also doing a lot of good because it's very good.
It's a team.
To acknowledge your team.
Yes, definitely.
And I really, from here, nixtieq insellem in-nies kollha li qed jattendew. Jattendu il-klassijiet ta' Step Up for Parkinson's. Nispera li jekk hawn xi nies li qed jaraw dil-programm li intom tagħmlu naqra kuraġġ u tagħmlu naqra sports u tikkontattjaw il-Step Up for Parkinson's u tippruvaw tattendu għalmenu tippruvawha darba, klassi waħda. U għan-nies li m'għandhomx Parkinson's li tippruvaw tifmu aħjar minn xiex jgħaddu n-nies li sfortunatament ikollhom xi neurological disease. I'm just saying that awareness, even if we don't have,
Yes.
is very important.
Awareness is very important.
Because that gives us the opportunity to empathize and to appreciate. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Narakom il-ġimgħa d-dieħla.